Hey, welcome to Reel to Reel.
The show where we give our unqualified opinions in hopes that you'll watch us.
That's right. Today we are going to be reviewing the movie Dunkirk.
Should be a very interesting show today.
I hope so. And now we'll try to keep it PG. Remember, this is a family show.
No promises though, Luke.
Haha, that actually rhymed. Let's get started with this trailer though.
What has happened is a colossal military disaster. We shall go on to the end. We shall never surrender.
The call went out. We have to go to Dunkirk. Ready on the stern line.
What are you doing? You know where we're going.
Into war, George.
I'll be useful, sir.
One of ours. He's on me.
I'm on him.
The ship's about to leave.
Time to go.
They need to send more ships. Every hour the enemy pushes closer. They've activated the civilian boats. Civilians? We need destroyers. Where are we going?
Dunkirk.
I'm not going back.
If we go there, we'll die.
You're weekend sailors, not the bloody Navy.
You should be at home. There's no hiding from this, son. We have a job to do. Turn it around!
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing ground. We shall never surrender. We shall never surrender. We shall never surrender.
Where's the bloody Air Force?
Wow, very well put together trailer.
Definitely.
One of the biggest appeals of this movie is obviously Christopher Nolan's directing and writing style. He's a proven vet when it comes to directing big Hollywood films. So we don't have a lot of big names in this movie actually, except for Harry Styles, the guy from One Direction. But only the teenage girls care about him. The lead actor's name is Fionn Whitehead. No, not a member of the KKK, okay? He plays the protagonist, Tommy Fionn, who is only 19 years old, okay? Now, when Dunkirk, this was actually his first lead role in a big budget film. He'll be appearing in more movies coming out in the near future, such as The Children Act and Caravan. Now, the second star is the French soldier who is played by Damien Bonnard. Still not a big name, but Damien has considerable acting experience, dozens of short films under his belt, with a couple of larger films like Staying Vertical and A Perfect Plan. Both of those movies, unfortunately, they lost boatloads of money. The good news is Dunkirk made over $300 million at the box office, so Bonnard has redeemed himself a little bit. Now let's hear from the cast themselves. That'll be interesting.
Definitely, man.
Hi, we're here at the round table and we're here to talk about Dunkirk. Nailed it.
The traditional thing in Hollywood movies is to cast 28, 29-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and pretend they're younger. We wanted to cast people of the right age. We wanted kids who would experience these events the way people would have at the time. And it was very important to us to find interesting, fresh faces to do that.
I think it was important to shoot on location, to give the film a perspective and to give us a perspective. I wasn't on the beach with the boys, but that must have been amazing.
I was coming out onto the beach and there was like 1,300 extras, all dressed in battle gear. There was Spitfires flying overhead, destroyers in the background. The beach was set dressed, sandbags and trucks and everything, and there was explosions going off in the sand. And it was just so real. You know, you can never really put yourself there, but that is, I think, the closest you can come to putting yourself in that situation.
What an interview. A shout out to my main guy, Harry.
Dunkirk is the first Christopher Nolan movie based on historical events. He first got the idea to make the film in 1992 while selling to Dunkirk, France with his now wife. To make his passion project a reality, it took Nolan over 20 years to build the reputation of box office success needed to get his budget for Dunkirk greenlit. Nolan did. The movie used over 50 boats on the sea, the most ever in a film. Of those, 12 were actually the original boats that participated in the 1940 evacuation of Dunkirk. On top of the 1,000 extras used in the film, a huge number of soldiers were used to create the illusion of great number of soldiers in the evacuations. Cardboard cutouts, that is.
Wow.
I'm sure they could have used a cardboard cutout of Harry Styles, and One Direction fans would have been happy. Am I right, Ian?
Yeah. That's probably true, though. Nolan insists Harry was chosen based on merit alone, and they had auditioned thousands of people, and he simply had it.
Okay.
He even compared Harry to Heath Ledger because people also underestimated him when he was cast as the Joker.
Oh my goodness. Guys, it's time for a commercial break. We'll be right back after this short message from our sponsor.
3, 2, 1.
With what's happening today with smartphones, everybody has the ability to shoot video. But not everybody has the ability to edit that video and communicate a thought and idea in a professional way with high production value. That's where we come in. This particular program allows a student to do single cam productions, multi-cam productions, short films, corporate promos, things like that. So there's a lot of different things that a student can learn in the video production area.
What I love here is the practical work that I can learn. It's like a non-pressure environment, and I like that about it.
All those things that you're not going to learn unless you do it. You can read about it in a book, but that's not going to help you when you're on set.
Now, Ian, I don't know about you, but I'm getting sick of these anticlimactic war movies. What? A producer, yeah, I am. A producer can make 1,000 different movies about World War II. It's all the same. Everyone knows the ending. The United States bombed the doobie out of the Japanese, resulting in winning the war. This movie wouldn't be around if the United States didn't step in and save them. I want to see the film where England's people get on their hands and knees and thank the United States. I'm serious, that their land wasn't seized by those racist Germans and Italians.
Okay.
The runtime of this movie is over 2 hours, which is basically throwing salt in the wounds. I mean, come on. Doesn't Christopher Nolan think I have better things to do than go watch this drawn-out story about this place called Dunkirk? Man, but aside from my personal vendetta against war movies, I thought that the acting was phenomenal, okay? Unbiased opinion here. Great casting, there is some unique cinematography, and the film crew had to deal with treacherous weather that affected the filming day to day, unpredictable events, severely complicating shoots at times. So I personally want to hear more about that.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
We have to go to Dunkirk.
First 2 weeks of shooting, we had huge storms, and it was wet, it was raining, it was cold, but I mean, we were shooting our best material there, you know. We were always struggling with those elements, and the tide would always come in faster than you would think.
Swing of the tide, as indeed in the original events and the story of the film, is a major, major factor because the swing of the tide is colossal at Dunkirk.
Chris and I were like, oh, let's go and shoot, let's go, let's try to shoot in this. It's a very extreme sort of extra element to have with you, and that always takes you by surprise.
We ended up on various occasions coming in the morning and finding that bits of our mole had been washed away overnight.
And we were basically rebuilding the set while we were shooting something else.
That's very much the Nolan way. We're out here and we're out here to work. We're out here to sort of live it a bit more.
Being out on the mole when it's windy and rainy and you're kind of getting lashed and battered is quite trying. In a good way, though. It's going to look amazing.
As usual, Luke's review is fake news.
What? This isn't fake news. This isn't CNN.
The movie's runtime was not over 2 hours. It was 1 hour and 46 minutes, including credits. In fact, Dunkirk was Nolan's shortest film since 1998.
Wow.
While I agree that war movies have been done many times before,
Yes.
Dunkirk sidesteps many of the overused and cliche tropes audience have come to expect from a war movie.
No, it doesn't.
Dunkirk is a stripped-down experience. There isn't much dialogue or story. The entire movie feels like the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan. Except in Dunkirk, there is no personal story that comes after the storming of the beach scene. There is no Private Ryan to save. Instead of storming the beach, the soldiers in this movie are fleeing it. The story is simply to get off this beach or die.
Wow.
This movie is about the moment-by-moment anxiety and intensity of trying to escape certain death. The cinematography, sound design, and editing were expertly crafted solely for this purpose. The uncomfortable sound of a stopwatch ticking can be heard throughout the movie, a constant reminder that time is of the essence. You learn early on that the British and French soldiers are sitting ducks the first time a German plane bombs them as they wait hopelessly in line to board the boats that may never arrive. Hidden by clouds under the last second, you always hear the engines of the plane before you see it. The sound of the engines become associated with dread. I'm going to run out of time, but know that Nolan provides plenty of eye candy and unique shots of 3 concurrent land, sea, and air storylines. It is meant to be viewed on the big screen with surround sound. Dunkirk is probably one of my least favorite Christopher Nolan movies though. But it is still a very solid movie and offers a unique experience versus other war movies. I give this 4 out of 5 reels.
4 out of 5 reels. Wow, okay. I'm gonna have to give it 2 out of 5 reels. I'm being honest. And that's me being generous. I should have one reel, but it's Friday, so I'll let it slide this one time.
Fake news. Fake news.
So, but anyways, guys, thanks for sticking with us until the very end.
Your support is what we yearn for.
Absolutely. We love you. Hey, but don't get any funny ideas.
Join us next week for another great episode of Reel to Reel.
I'm Luke Lesiner.
And I'm Ian, the Manimal Nordbo. See you later.